Hi everyone, it's Don. Wait a minute, wait a minute. There. Is that better? Huh? Maybe, maybe. Yeah, no. Okay. Those of you who made those comments, you know what I'm doing. Hi everyone, it's Don. I hope everyone's having a great week, and today I want to continue with 10 things I wish I knew about Norwegian Cruise Line before I sailed on her, and that's coming up right after this. Number one is one of the really good things on the new designs of the ships that they're building and going forward. They have an area called the Waterfront, and it basically goes around the entire circumference of the ship. And it's not a top deck, it's a mid deck. And on this deck, you can have bars, restaurants with outdoor dining, places to sit and lounge. And it's so you don't necessarily have to be way up on the top deck to enjoy the area. And some of the area is covered, so you can get out of direct sunlight and still enjoy the breeze of the ocean and going by. And it's a really great spot to get away from the hustle and bustle that can be up on the top deck sometimes. So I really like the ships that have the waterfront area. Number two is there's a show on some of the ships called the Dueling Pianos, and it's not an upcharge entertainment area, but I would get there early because it's often completely crowded and it's really hard to get in, but it's a very enjoyable show. It's a special, unique area, and just trust me, give it a shot. Dueling Pianos on a Norwegian cruise. It's the middle of the Caribbean, it's 100 and some degrees in the shade, and you feel like a drink, but when you drink, you don't really get refreshed. Why not head to the Svedka Ice Bar on board? That's right. You cover up in there because you're walking into an entire bar made of ice. The drinks are served, and you basically get out of that sunshine and into a naturally air-conditioned area. And it's a unique experience, great place to take pictures, and you get a nice cocktail while you're in there to boot. You all know I really like entertainment on ships, and the Cirque dinner performance is another great one where they have acrobatic European circus performers performing while you eat a 3-course meal. Yes, it's an upscale charge, it's specialty dining, but it's about the same price as the specialty dining in all the other restaurants, and you get a show and a performance as you eat, and the food is pretty good as well. Norwegian has what's called Freestyle Dining, where you can eat in any of the restaurants, not the specialty restaurants, but any of the regular dining facilities between 5:30 and 10:30. You're not sitting with the same guests each time. You don't need to make a reservation. You show up, you give your name, and in you go. The one drawback could be that at really peak times, like around 6:30, where a lot of people head to dinner, there can be a wait time to get into some of the restaurants. But if you're heading, you come out of a show and you feel like, I feel like a sit-down meal, the restaurants are still open. You don't need a reservation. You just walk over, give your name, and in you go. Number 6, the Haven area on Norwegian. It's a upscale area, shall we say. It's going to cost you more to be in there. It's kind of like a concierge service area. But if you take some of these rooms, they range from everything from a standard deluxe balcony all the way up to 3-bedroom suites, and some of them have their own private garden. You get a key card. It's an exclusive area that only those key card area holders can get into. You have your own, for only those suites, you have your own restaurant, your own bar, your own lounge area, your own pool and hot tub section. And so it's a great place to get away from all the crowd. No matter how big the ship is, that area always seems calm and peaceful, and the service, as you would expect, is top-notch in the Haven area. Number 7 is you can always recognize a Norwegian ship pretty easy from the hull paintings that are on the front of the ship. And what's great about it is they're all unique. None of them are the same as any other ship. And what the painting represents, it's supposed to represent the area of the home port of that ship. Now, obviously, ships change ports sometimes, and they used to be coming out of Orlando, and now they're coming out of Miami, or now they're going to be stationed in Asia. So it does change, but on the original sailings, the ship design on the front of each ship is for the home port where that ship is originally scheduled to sail. Number 8, a lot of people will look at Norwegian and compare it to other cruise lines, and they say, well, their price point seems a little bit higher, but they offer those free at sea perks. And those free at sea perks can be a beverage package, the alcohol beverage package, or a certain amount of free Wi-Fi, $50 shore excursions. So all those things are built into the price. And depending on what cabins you book, how many perks you get. So you'll often see, get all 5 perks. But then when you go to book, you find out, well, yeah, that's only for deluxe balcony mini suites and above. If you're in a guaranteed stateroom, chances are you don't get any of the perks because you're getting the lower price. So keep all those things a watchful eye, and don't think you're assuming you're going to get all of them based on your cabin category. Another thing to keep in mind on those, so you get the free beverage package as your upgrade. Remember, you still have to pay the gratuities on that, which works out to about $18 a day per person. So factor that in. If you're on a 10-day cruise, that's $180 times 2, $360 more it's going to cost you for that cruise. Quickly, one other thing about the shore excursions, some people get confused. They see $50 shore excursion per port, and they figure that's $50 per person. No, that's not the way it is. It's a total of $50 to use towards a shore excursion at that port per cabin, not per person. And say you have 4 stops and you don't decide to get off the ship and use a shore excursion at one stop, it doesn't carry over and you can use it at your next one for $100. No, it's $50 per port. Use it or lose it. Number 9, celebrate something on board. A lot of people think that, I can only say that I'm having an anniversary if my anniversary falls directly in between the dates that I'm sailing, or a birthday, or no, just celebrate something. Tell them you're celebrating retirement. Tell them you're celebrating your birthday if it's next month or the month before. Your anniversary was 6 weeks before. Just tell them you're celebrating something, and you'll receive some sort of celebratory gift in your stateroom. And they don't care that it's not during the exact day of the cruising. Just tell them we're celebrating this. I'm celebrating my promotion at work. You'll get something. Number 10, this goes for almost every cruise line out there, but I have never had a bad experience when I partake in the chef's table on Norwegian Cruise Line. It takes about 2.5 hours. It's a small, intimate gathering of people. The most I've ever been was 12 at a table, although I have heard it go up as high as 18. The meal itself is prepared especially as like a tasting test as you go along. The last one I was on had 12 courses, if you can believe that. And no, it's not, here's a great big steak, that's course number 1, and next is a lobster. No, we're talking tasting plates. But you're going to get a wide variety of choices. And if you're a foodie and you love it, the chefs put all their heart into these meals and preparations. And sometimes they bring out all new concoctions that they've just worked on themselves and they're trying it out. And you're one of the first people to try it. So if you love food, give the chef's table a try. And like I said, I've been on Norwegian 7 times, and 4 of those times I had the chef's table experience, and I loved it every single time. So there's just quick 10 things I wish I knew, like the gratuities being charged, even though the drink package is supposedly free. It's not $50 onboard credit per person. The dinner show is even cheaper than some of the onboard restaurants, and you get a performance on board as well. The Haven area, the Waterfront, all kinds of different things that It's nice to know these things when you're trying to choose a cruise line, and Norwegian just might fit in between different cruise lines and you might want to give them a try. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. You want to see more tips, more tricks, more vlogs and travel vlogs from around the world, please hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.